What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 190 recap video. Let's get into it. And after coming off a perfect performance with the UFC on Fox, the TJ Dillashaw, I went 2-7. I was nervous about this because I didn't really know too much about the Ultimate Fighter fights. And 2-7. Let's get into it. First up, one of the picks that I chose Claudia Gadelha to beat Jessica Aguilar, and she did. Great performance from Claudia. Dana White said she will be next against Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Still figuring out how to say your name, girl. Now, let's get into it. She just outstruck Jessica. Jessica's a tough fighter, man. She actually had a little name coming in here, and Claudia just picked her apart on the feet. She was stronger than her. She was faster than her. She landed some punches, some kicks, some knees. She opened her up early in the first round, and I think she broke the girl's nose. She broke her hand on Jessica Aguilar's face. Yeah, so she's going to have some time there to heal before we see her next. But great win for her. She was able to take her down, out-wrestle her the whole nine. So who do you think is next for her? If not the title shot, let me know why. But like I said, Dana White said she's pretty much got the champ next. And who do you think is next for Jessica? This was her first fight in the UFC, and it was a good, tough showing against the number one contender, the number one ranked fighter. So next up, I did not get this picked, and I was a little surprised. I chose Sal Palele to beat Antonio Bigfoot Silva. He did not. In the first round, he won the first round, outstruck him, took him down, ground and pound. Bigfoot was pretty much saved by the bell there. Second round comes, Bigfoot had his wits about him. He landed a short uppercut, which stunned Sal, backed him up against the fence. Another short uppercut and short uppercuts and some shots later, ref stoppage, good win for Bigfoot. Just when you think he's out, they pull him back in. Who do you think is next for Antonio Bigfoot Silva? Heavyweight division's pretty much wide open. Next up, interesting fight here. I wasn't sure on this one. I took a risk. I went with the veteran. I chose Big Nog, Minotauro Nogueira, to beat Stefan Struve. As I've always said about Stefan, he's very frustrating. I have very little faith in him because he doesn't use his measurements to his full advantage. He has made a big change, has moved to the Black Zillions, and it has paid off tremendously. I like to be proven wrong. Stefan Struve showed improvement in every way in this fight. He won the 3-round decision, did not finish Big Nog, but he won. He definitely won. Outstruck him. The diversity in striking. He fought long. He fought like a man who's almost 7 foot tall. Finally! I believe the coach's first name is Henry over there with the Black Zillions. Keep up the good work! Dare I say, I'm excited to see what's to come from Stefan Struve. He's only 27 years old, and he's a heavyweight. They tend to mature a little bit later. This man, I think we got a second run going here. And I hope so. Like I said, I like to be proven wrong. I don't want to have little faith. He landed some quick jabs. Quick jab! He looked sharp. His cardio was good all 3 rounds. Kept him on the end of his shots. Didn't take punishment because he kept him on the end of his shots. He fought long. Looking forward to seeing what's next for Stefan Struve. Let me know who you think is next for Stefan Struve. Big Nog. I think it's over. I think you're done. Big Nog's 39 years old, but it's not because of his age. It's because of the tremendous amount of punishment he's taken over the years. In fight years, Big Nog is like 59, 69, 79. Keep it going. He's old, and I think he's done. Afterwards, in the post-press conference, Dana White said he took him to the back. He had that talk, and Big Nog didn't disagree. He said he's already talking to him about having a position in the company and working for the company, and I think that's right. That's right. What do you think? Do you think Big Nog is done? And should he work for the company? What do you think? What do you think of that fight? And who's next for Stefan? Now, next up, again, I'm familiar with these fighters, and I didn't watch this season of The Ultimate Fighter Brazil, so I took a risk. I chose Delano Lopez to beat Reginaldo Vieira. He did not. But man, this is a close fight. It could have went either way. Very exciting fight. First up, bantamweights here. First round, going back and forth, trading shots, trading guillotine attempts. First round could have went either way. Delano was opened up from the eye and bleeding from the eye. That's a uncomfortable place to be bleeding, because like it wasn't a cut over the eye. Maybe it was a cut right underneath. I couldn't really tell. It looked like he was bleeding from his eye. This is the first round. Second round comes up. Second round's Reginaldo. He's able to outstrike him, able to bust him up even more and draw even more blood. Third round, Delano's coming back. They're both striking now. Kicks. It wasn't the cleanest, most skillful bout, but it was full of heart, and they just left it all out there. It was a very fun fight. And Delano also got another guillotine attempt that was really sunk in extremely deep, and the bleeding of Reginaldo, because he got opened up on, like, looked like it's on the top of the head, was bleeding profusely. So the bleeding of Reginaldo allowed him to slip his head out of the guillotine attempt. So he ended up on top. And then the ending to this fight, old school before I was born, rock'em sock'em robots on the ground, finish. Reginaldo's just do. All Delano could do was do from the top, and they're just pounding each other out to end this fight. Fun fight. Could have gone either way. Could have been called a draw, but it went in the way of Reginaldo. I'm okay with it, but it hurt. It hurt me because I went 2 for 7, so it hurt me. Welcome to the UFC. Both fighters. We know who you are. Who's next for both fighters? Let me know what you thought of that one. Now, the next Ultimate Fighter championship bout, the lightweights, we saw for Fernando Bruno, who I chose to pick to beat Glauco Franca. These names really got me on this one, y'all. I lost this pick. Man, Glauco is a big lightweight. Someone let me know if he probably fought welterweight before. Someone let me know if there might be plans for him to move up and fight welterweight. He must have gained at least 8 to 10 pounds from the weigh-ins to the fight. He's big. He's a wrestler, a Brazilian wrestler first, not jiu-jitsu, and he showed it off here. Fernando's has a wrestling base too, but he was able to out-grapple him, able to out-muscle him. Like I said, he was quite bigger. He looked like he was fighting someone in a smaller weight class. So, good win. He was able to submit him in the 3rd round via rear naked choke. Great win. Welcome to the UFC. Who do you think is next for Franco? Do you think he should move up, stay there? Let me know. Now, co-main event. I was nervous about this one. The first fight between Mauricio Shogun Rua and Little Nog, Antonio Rogério Nogueira, was a great fight, very close, which Shogun came out on top. Shogun came out on top on this one too. Great fight. I chose Little Nog, so I lost this one as well, but it hurt me. It hurt me again. First round, going back and forth. A little bit of respect, but that quickly went out of the door. Shogun, you know what? Like I said, he's been knocked out in the past 2 fights, and I just felt like he didn't really want to fight anymore. His coach said they made a big change, got him some higher level training partners, which really pushed him, and you could tell he looked younger. He looked revitalized. He looked fresh. He looked strong. Cardio good. This is Mauricio I'm talking about. Little Nog looked good too. Looked sharp, looked fast, looked quick. First round went to Little Nog, in my opinion. They're trading shots back and forth. Mauricio was landing some serious kicks throughout this entire fight to the body and to the legs. In the first round, Little Nog lands a shot, a left to the face, which stuns him. Wobbly-legged Mauricio back against the fence. He is wobbly-legged. He is sliding and leaning up against that fence while Little Nog is coming after him. Uppercuts, knees, elbows, lots of punches, combinations, coming after him. Saved by the bell. Second round, totally Mauricio takes him down. Didn't do much damage, but held that top position. When Little Nog was able to stand back up, Mauricio was able to really land some serious kicks again to the body that you could hear, kicks to the legs that you could hear. He actually ended up having a big knot on his shin because the kicks that Little Nog blocked with the arm, his elbow was digging into that shin, so he was kicking him so much that he damaged his own shin and possibly broke his foot. Someone let me know if Mauricio Shogun broke his foot. Third round to me was super close. Super close. Mauricio's landing more of those kicks, and Little Nog is landing more of his combinations, more of those jabs. Little Nog eventually goes for a guillotine, pulls guard, goes for a guillotine that is deep. Eventually, Mauricio does get his head up out of there, tries to mount an offense, but time is basically up. To me, that third round could have gone either way, could have been called a draw. So this was a unanimous decision in favor of Mauricio, which I was surprised. I thought it would be a split decision, but it was unanimous, and I thought it could have been called a draw. I don't know, but this one hurt me, because again, I went 2-7. Let me know what you thought of this. And unlike Big Nog, I think Little Nog, who has taken way less punishment over the years, does have a little left. I'm not sure if he'll ever be a title contender, but he's got some prize fights. I think there's money left for him to make. I think he looked pretty good in this fight. He has something left. Let me know. Do you think Little Nog, unlike Big Nog, actually does have something left, some fights left, some money to be made? Now, main event, and still the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion, Ronda Rousey. And I got this pick, very easy to pick. She beat her in 34 seconds. Started off going back and forth. She did take some shots from Bethe Correia, that is. She did take some shots from Bethe. There was some redness on her face. And she tried to overwhelm her with offense. That way Bethe would want to grab her. And that's kind of how it happened. They ended up against the fence. She's quick. You know she's working on her boxing. We all do. And it is paying off. Her hand speed is quick. And she was landing quick little knees in between the shots as well. It wasn't the cleanest striking, but it was quick, it was aggressive, there was a lot of offense. She overwhelmed him, eventually got up against the fence and landed a two-piece, a right to the temple, and a quick left that was unneeded because Bethe Correia face planted and then slid against the mat. KO, which is rare for the ladies, by the hands that are. We see KOs with knees and kicks, but we don't see many knockouts with the hands. So Ronda Rousey, adding to her game. She's getting better and better and better. We already know who her next opponent is. It's Miesha Tate. Of course, they're talking about Cyborg. Cyborg has to come to her. They're saying that she has to fight Cyborg to cement her legacy. I think it's the other way around because Ronda's the one with the Olympic medal. Ronda's the one with the titles. Ronda's the one, or with the world titles. Ronda's the one who's fought the higher caliber opponents. So I think Cyborg does, in fact, have to go to her. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought of this entire event. Any injury updates, whether Big Nog should retire, whether Little Nog shouldn't. Let me know how you did on your picks. Any injury updates, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, J. Nell Owens. Talk to me, take care, and goodbye.